All right, hey everyone. Today I am going to do a festive turkey painting. And I'm going to do the lesser of the two known Leyendeckers. This one's going to be Frank, who was actually JC's brother. Twin, I believe, and he passed away at an early age. So I'm just going to get the quick sketching, just in charcoal. And then I'm going to go in. But nice little festive painting to celebrate the turkey. I think JC did one just about every year, and I could have done turkey on a plate, but chose to celebrate the turkey. So here we go. Let's just get the volume. I recommend everyone go and sketch all the time. You can draw turkey, maybe have one at a zoo by you. But I used to go to the zoo all the time and draw. What it allows you to do is not just focus on statues. So, all right. Draw that down. See what I can get here. I'm gonna do it in acrylic, just because that's what I have, and I'm working on this. Just recycling a piece of board. I'm just gonna draw it really quick, and then just gonna begin to go for it and paint. All right. Cool. I think that's good enough. All right, let's take a little bit of this and have more colors over here. Maybe I'll squeeze out a little bit of blue. See if I can find some blue really quick. There we go. You know what? I don't even need blue. Let me look at what other colors I think could be in there. I got white out. I got a little bit of red. Got yellow. Maybe just see if I can find a little bit of black. Black would be a good one to add to this. Yellow ochre's out. All right, there we go. Bone black. Cool. All right, sometimes it's nice to try to just paint with whatever you have, but I know I can't get a dark black with this, so I'm probably going to do what a lot of the illustrators did back in the day. Just take a little bit of titanium white, go around the whole thing at the end. All right, let's kind of ink it first. Taking a Trickel brush just with a little bit of burn umber. Now I'm going to just go back over and see if I can just kind of ink it. Give me a little bit of a... They're very linear, the way in which JC and Frank, I think, both worked. What that will do is allow me to kind of work within lines, and then I can let go a little bit as I move forward. All right. Here's the eye. If anyone does do an underpainting in acrylic, just make sure it dries. It has water in it, especially if you're doing it for painting, for underpainting, for oil. You don't want any moisture to be trapped underneath. All right. All right, let's take that. A little bit of red. Get this in here. I'm going to use that kind of ground to just allow for almost like a card looking stock, like the beauty of the card stock, to be a part of the painting. Even something like that already starts to feel like the turkey. How much more information do you need? Up to you. I encourage you all to play with that kind of concept. How much is just enough? Something I continue to think about all the time. All right, and just a little up there. Is that enough to evoke the sense of a turkey? Maybe. A little bit of white. add this. All right. All right, let's get this. I used to do demos for my media techniques class in acrylic for when I was teaching illustration. The reason for that is that, you know, you can learn methods that will get you a little bit faster. Oil paint takes a little bit longer to dry, which still can work in your favor depending on what the deadline is. We can get kind of a linear, you know, turkey here. All right, gonna now move between adding a little bit of burnt umber, a little bit of black, and just let the brush do a little of the work. Mark making. There we go. So he used to, I think, almost work on like a cardboard kind of looking ground, and that's why I think this is going to feel close to the inspiration. Do it as loose as you want. Using that kind of as the guide. This is what the beauty of doing it on, you know, something like this is. Get a little red in there. The red is alizarin. Go. A little burn umber maybe in there. All right. Get that in. Between the black and the umber. A little gray in there too. Pulling with the brush. All right. All right, so break up maybe a little bit the marks. Go, then go back in. There's a little bit of red. Breaks this up a little bit right there. There we go. Maybe a little bit of this. Just a little bit of white, just a little bit of depth in there. There we go. Awesome. right. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, so get a little through here. I use it with the water kind of just to kind of map it a little bit. There we go. Just map it in. It's interesting because he's using the texture of the brush to kind of elude the or describe the form. You know, dragging it. Placing it on the paper allows it to stay wet for longer. Something I learned grad school. And then the dry brush also gives it a little bit more as well feeling to it. All right. So it already kind of feels like a nice little turkey there. All right, so a little gray in here. We're just drawing a guide for the feathers. You can see there's a little bit of underdrawing in his. A little gray. Really kind of load that brush up. There we go. Drawing in there. So much of the ground is going to make up, you know, what we see on this. And just a dragging of burn umber. A little more white and the red around the neck. right here. Just to enhance it a little bit. You know, obviously make it as detailed as you want. I never do like the most faithful, you know, perfect. My whole thing that I'm trying to do when I'm doing these, and again, is my opinion on it, is that you're trying to evoke the feeling, the quickness that they're getting. It's not about being mimetic of a copy of the thing. I think that's, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, that's what I'm looking to achieve here. Everyone can bring whatever they want, but you know, if there's a part of me that just thinks, what would be the point? I could just make a copy of it if I wanted to, like a G clay or something. And instead, this is a searching to see how he did what he did, you know, and it allows me to kind of see if I can copy the marks or something in that nature. You could try this in gouache, of course, too. But gouache sometimes dries, you know, very, very flat. It's an acquired taste, I think. All right. A little bit more white on the top there. A little bit of feeling. All right, now let's get this down here. And I think, you know, I can get maybe more of the foot in there too. And the cool thing about, you know, working with the charcoal underneath is that you can totally take and afterwards this just come right off, especially if it's dry and you've got that quick guide that now is kind of gone, so it's not part of the final. All right. You know, maybe there's a beautiful, like, quick hand in here that you're trying to get a quickness to it. You know, if you're trying to loosen up, again, it's always, to me, the perfect place to do it. So I just find that all these end up being a dialogue. Everything becomes internal of what is it that you're looking to achieve, you know, beyond the mimetic. Right. So there's a over here. Doesn't feel quite so interesting because ivory black and oil painting feels blue. Probably has to do with the refractive index. There we go. A little white to it, just a little bit. Gives a little bit of depth to it. Get a looseness to it. Let's get the feet in, a little of the back, and I think that's when you could just call it a day. Again, I'm just trying to do a little sketch with that almost no yellow at all used in this, but let's see if we can pull a little in here. Now I see maybe a touch of yellow towards the back. Up in the tail. Tail is kind of nice in this state too, just to maybe a touch of yellow coming through. Obviously the ground is a little bit on the yellow side. All right. Get the feet in. I love painting on cardboard. I've done it. I used to do it when I was in grad school. I painted on it for some just studies. There's just a beautiful feel to it. There we go. Lower. That I just don't think you can get. With anything else. Maybe it's just the way in which it absorbs the medium. That eye a little bit more. Articulate it. All right, maybe one last. Oh. This is like where if you try this and you like it, I'd say take the medium. See if you can make some version with it. It kind of warms you up to having now tried it. Pepper a little red in there. Just throw out as a little echo. All right, that's good. Now you can just kind of go over the top now that it's dry. Get rid of all that, and you've got your Thanksgiving turkey.